What's good, YouTube? We back with another video, and today I'm going to be making a beat that sounds like something J Dilla would make. I've been wanting to do this video for a pretty long time, but every time I tried it, I just couldn't get that right sound until today. I've been studying J Dilla's beats for a pretty long time to get this video out for you guys, and I think I cracked the code. But don't get confused. I'm not saying that I'm on J Dilla's level or I'm better than him. I'm just trying something new and trying to have fun with making music, like always. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video. I just want to let you guys know that all sounds coming from my computer are going straight to the 404, and I have the equalizer effect triggered so that I can raise the bass, some mids, and take away from some of the highs, just to make this beat sound a little bit dirtier and hit a little bit harder. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so before making this beat, I had to make sure that I followed a few rules. The first one being that the drums had to knock, had to have a good amount of swing, and they had to be simple. The second rule was I had to get a particular kind of sample. While J Dilla was able to flip various samples and make them sound good, I'm not as skillful as him, so I had to get a sample that was relatively easy to flip. The third rule was the bass line. I had to make sure that the bass line was crazy and stuck out. So I figured with those three rules, I should get a beat that sounded like something J Dilla can make. The first thing I worked on, of course, were the drums. So I decided to record the hi-hats first, then the snares, then the kick drum. Let me show you how they sound. So those are the drums. After I got the drums, I moved over to the sample. The name of this sample is Leaves by Pete Jolly, and J Dilla actually flipped it himself. Take a listen.
Yo, I walk through brick walls, fuck around, hijack your whole shopping mall. I be ripping shit, that's my word bond.
So after chopping it up, I decided to do what I always do and hit that little keyboard so I could play it chromatically. But this time, I went down to glide and selected sustain. What that allows me to do is play a chop, and if I hold down that same chop and press a new key, the pitch is going to go up according to which key I pressed. So take a listen. So it doesn't trigger a new sample, it just continues to play the same sample, just change the pitch. So after playing around on my keyboard, I got this pattern. With the drums, this is how it sounds. So after I got that, I decided to record the bass line. Now the bass line was pretty simple. I just used a total of 3 notes and played them in different octaves. I also knew that J Dilla's bass lines were pretty special, being that sometimes a certain note can sound like a kick drum as well. So I took that into consideration and made sure that I played some notes relatively fast, and then some notes I'll hold them. So when I was trying to record the bass line, it sounded something like this. After playing around for a few minutes, I ended up getting this pattern for a bass line. Now that I had a basic 4-bar loop, I was pretty much ready to sequence the beat, being that I didn't really want too many change-ups and I wanted this beat to be relatively simple. So I recorded various scenes with different effects on them and decided to sequence them. I also made sure to include scenes with a low pass filter and mute outs, being that I heard J Dilla do that multiple times. So to do that, all I did was hit this little robot, which is the automation robot, went down to mute, which is right here, and selected the area that I wanted to mute out. I did that for the drums, the sample, and for the bass line, I just deleted the notes that were playing right there. After doing that, I decided to sequence the beat, and this is what I got. Alright y'all, so that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and the beat turned out a lot better than I expected. J Dilla is on the top of my favorite producers list, being that he was so unique compared to the other producers that he was surrounded by back then. A lot of things that I do in my beats stem from the inspiration of J Dilla. So with that being said, rest in peace and much respect to J Dilla. I also want to give a huge shout out to Sarah the Instrumentalist, aka Serato. She mentioned me in her last video, and I just want to return the favor and say thank you, and make sure you guys check out her page and all her beats. But without further ado, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.